What is going on, guys? DBG here. Today we have got this week's Evos. We have got this week's Evo card, lads. And we got a lot of good ones here. We do have a lot of good ones. The only thing is that these guys aren't like the cheapest cards in the world. Like, other than De'Aaron, they're all expensive. You're not gonna see any like cheap amethyst, and none of the I always thought, okay, let me just buy all the amethysts and we get something. I have absolutely no idea what this super pack is gonna be. I'm trying to think of like a correlation between all these guys, and I can't off the top of my head. I'm not gonna lie, off the top of my head, I cannot think of a correlation between these four guys. Like, not really defense. Bernard King was a scorer. But first of all is Kenyon Martin. The reason why I keep flicking back on, I obviously have one screen, so I'm having to look at this through OBS. The reason is that I'm going to go and pick up a Kenyon Martin because, again, it's not like my tokens are doing anything right now. Like, I couldn't give a damn about getting a Season 3 card, and I'll get my 200 tokens at some stage. I got 1,600 of them, so what I'm going to do is I'm just going to go and get myself Kenyon Martin. And I like it that was one of these token cards. It means that, or one of these cards, it means that if you have token cards, if you have a bunch of tokens, so pay 200 for one of these guys, Series 2 token, go get yourself Kenyon Martin. Not a bad player. Like, really not a bad player. I don't have DeJounte because he's like 200k now, but I went and just got myself a Kenyon Martin. So Kenyon Martin's an alright card. He actually has a really good release. 79 3-pointer, bully, 85 speed. Like, not a bad card at all. Like, definitely not a perfect card, but by no means a bad card. But he's also got like, he has also got not good dribbling, but it's fine. Unfortunately, he doesn't get updated, I don't think, in terms of animations with Evo. You can see here, it's clamper, quick first step, his 3 ball goes up. He's really nice. Like, this is your best spending of your tokens. I'm gonna tweet this out now. Kenyon Martin is the best way to spend tokens since week 1. Like, this card becomes a beast after the Evo. He actually does become a beast. And like, I'm a fan, lads. I am a fan. There are some cards that I like, some cards that I don't, but like, I am a fan of this card right here. As far as Evos go, I'm normally kind of indifferent. Sometimes I'm really high on Evos, other times I'm really low on them. Like, this 96 overall pink diamond is great, lads. Then we got DeJounte. The problem is DeJounte's release is awful. And like, he goes up in interior, okay. His block actually goes up a lot. Like, he had a really low block rating. The issue with DeJounte is he's like 150k. And that's at the cheap end, he's 150k, because he's now the gatekeeper. He's the rarest card. Like, I sold mine for 100 and I thought, you know what, he's going to go down in price because of Tim Thomas. He's the gatekeeper for Tim Thomas. So, like, he's always going to be expensive regardless of how good or not he becomes. I don't think he becomes anything spectacular. I really don't. I think he's decent. But I thought he was decent originally as well. Like, it's just a weird card in my team. He's somebody he just doesn't do enough. Especially for his price. If you have him locked in, sure, it's good, but otherwise, nah. De'Aaron? Okay, I like that on De'Aaron. Defense goes up. I think he's the fastest player in the game. He has De'Aaron on quick. I don't mind De'Aaron leaner. It's not great, but it's not awful. He has trade dribble style, which I'm like one of the few people that like trade dribble style in this game. Quiet behind the back's terrible, but he's not a bad player. He's really not. Like, again, does the Evo make him much better? No. I want to see. I'm pretty sure I have De'Aaron. Just let me just check card evolutions, what it takes to get these guys. So obviously I have Bernard King, but 100 points, 20 boards, 10 blocks. It's really easy. 100 points, 20 assists, 5 steals isn't that bad. 5 steals is not that bad. So I have 3 of these 4. So it's not the worst thing to get a pretty good De'Aaron Fox card. And then we have Bernard King. 93 speed, 93 acceleration, 83 ball. If you know anything about Bernard King, this guy is a chicken man. This guy is an absolute chicken man. That PJ Tucker release is one of the best jump shots in the game. Like, and I mean, like, even on normal timing, That jump shot is one of the best releases in the game. It's a fantastic release. His dribble style is iffy, but if he can get like with Evo like range or something. No, he only gets medium magician volume. Sure, he still can't hold range, but he gets quick first step and clamp breaker. Like, I would say this, if I was to rate these cards out of 10, I would probably give him like a 8.5 out of 10. He was my shooting guard for a while. Like, his actual like main card was my shooting guard for a while. He doesn't get much better. He really doesn't. Like, he gets clamp break and quick first step, which, like, as much as they like were the big be all and end all because of the old stiff arm glitch, now like layups don't go in, so it's a weird one. The game is in such just a weird spot right now because apparently Oscar Robertson upper like doesn't even work properly anymore. Like, what made it good, they patched. So they literally, the 2K devs find something good in the game and they patch that good thing. And that is like what keeps happening time after time after time. So you're looking at like what is OP. And like what's OP today isn't going to be OP tomorrow. And all I'm going to say is thank God we play my team because we can just buy new cards. If you are somebody that is getting builds and paying 100 quid on a build, and then you've got the idiots on the other end that are like, oh, you made your build to exploit the game. No, they made their build to put the ball in the basket. They made their build to put the ball in the basket. There's a flaw in the game that tells them put them all in the basket. We're going to do that. It's like, oh, if you just made your build to hoop, have fun losing every single game just going out there to hoop. Have fun losing every single game when you're playing against somebody who is exploiting the game. And then those guys have to pay 300-400 and not even exploiting the game, like. And everyone being like, oh, it's an exploiting game. But it's like, in real life, if one person can go by you every single time, like, if one person on your opponent's team can go by every single player on your team, and the other 4 players shoot 70% from the 3-point line, the tactic would be 5 out and spread. Like, every single team in the world, if that was a scenario in real life, every single team would run 5 out and spread. It's not cheesing the game. It's I always say this: the guys that cheese the game use more actual basketball logic than the Sim Nation guys, because all of basketball is. Most of basketball is finding mismatches and taking good shots. Whatever team takes the more good shots normally wins the game. That is normally that's basketball. Maybe not the NBA level because players are good enough they can hit bad shots, but at most levels, whichever team takes the better quality of shots normally wins the game. And the best quality shots you can get are by quote unquote exploiting the game. Running plays normally leads to a lower quality shot unless you're like, even if you're an RCA, you're seeing them against like Nike. But lads, these guys right here, if you have 200 tokens, go get Kenny Martin. If you have a bunch of tokens, if you're there with thousands of tokens, get Kenny Martin. And the guy is legitimately good. He is legitimately good. Like, 200 tokens in this game is like 10 tokens in other years. It's absolutely worthless. Kenny Martin, very, very good.